Hello Internet, it's Andrew Michael and welcome to tonight's episode of Andrew Michael News. And on tonight's episode we are going to be talking about the mail package bomber that has been sending the bombs to 12 or 13 Democratic people. And so, what do you guys think about the topic of the mail bomber finally being caught? Let me know in the comment section down below and let's get to today's story. So the bomber that was caught today actually did not really try that hard to hide himself. You see, the thing with how he mailed these packages is that the place that he was sending these packages to had cameras, and somehow people were able to spot someone putting the packages in a South Florida mail office, and then the mail office obviously sent them to whoever they needed to send them to, and they were able to trace it back to who sent them and who was able to get that back. Then they soon figured out it was a guy who had political propaganda all over his van. Now, the question is this guy Democratic or Republican? Well, according to NBC, ABC, NBC, CNN, all the mainstream media people, they believe that he is a Republican. Now, obviously, the way they told this is because, obviously, he had Trump pictures over there that was pro-Trump. However, if people were smart enough, which I believe the American person is smarter than mainstream media, there is a database out there that shows how people voted and what they voted as. Obviously, the same thing. Anyways. And when you go looking on there, apparently in March 2016, he was a Republican when he was, in the Florida race, obviously, and he voted Republican in his Florida primary, but he switched back after the general election, and after the general election in 2016, he went back to Democrat. And so, once he was registered as a Democrat, he also sent these packages as a registered Democrat. So, the thing about this is the mainstream media, NBC, ABC, MSNBC, CNN, they all want to tell you that the person that sent these packages was a Republican, but that's what they all want you to believe. Why? Because NBC, ABC, CNN, and MSNBC are all Democratic networks. Obviously, they don't really like Trump that much, and obviously, they are very gullible. What I mean by that is, if they see anything that has a huge, big sign that says, hey, I'm a Trump supporter, that means that you're more likely to be a Trump supporter, but obviously, people figure it out, especially on Fox News, especially with Tucker Carlson, Hannity, and the person that comes after Hannity. I'm sorry, I forgot your name. I'm so sorry, but I love Fox News. But anyways, they basically said that the person that was sending these bombs most likely is going to try some propaganda where he's going to claim to be a pro-Trump supporter, just like the Democrats were last night on the person that came after Hannity. They came on the show, and basically what happened was the guy was saying, well, Trump, he always says bad things about Maxine Waters, and he says bad things about Hillary Clinton. But what the Democrats forget to announce is the fact that Trump never said we need to enact violence against our Democratic opponents. He never said we needed to go out there and attack them. What he said is that Maxine Waters is a liar. She says she wants people to get in the faces of the people that they don't like, and then they want to harass them all the way until the primaries. And by the time they get to the primaries and midterms, they're going to be so scared to where they say, oh my God, my life's on the line. If you don't vote Democrat, we're going to die. That's exactly how Maxine Waters, Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, Cory Booker, George Soros, and all these crazy liberal protesters want you to think. They want you to be so scared to where you have to vote Democrat. And once you vote Democrat, it's going to be a bad day for everyone. Because what's going to happen is that these Democrats want open borders. They would love to see illegal immigrants come into this country. Because apparently Democrats forget the idea that there are people who have absolutely worked their butts off, and they came in here legally, not illegally, legally. And so, what that tells anyone is, if you are a Republican and you're seeing this, and you're pretty much going to say, well, we pretty much figured that at this rate, 12 days until the primaries, that only the Democrats would do something like this. First of all, they found 3 accusers of Brett Kavanaugh, who was a Republican, and they wanted to stall that. And guess what? They did for a week, and guess what? They still lost. Now with this mail bomber that happened to basically go and attempt to scare people, and obviously these were duds. And same thing with the migrant caravan. Both of these are nothing but political propaganda. They're not supposed to hurt people. These aren't meant to do anything except scare people into voting Democrat. And so if you listen to the Guatemalan and the Honduras and Ecuadorian presidents, all 3 of them have jointly said this is nothing but a political stunt by the Democrats. We want to show the United States how weak their borders are. But the thing is, Trump and Maddox have both said, we are going to put troops on the borders, and if necessary, they might have to use force to make sure the illegal immigrants do not come into the country. And so, what do I think about the mail bomber being caught? First of all, I would like to say I'm glad he was caught, and I'm glad he didn't actually do any harm. But at the same time, I believed if he is a Democrat and his plan was to go bomb Democrat people to frame the Republicans, Hannity called it, and the person that comes after Hannity, she called it, and Tucker Carlson, they called it. Literally everyone that was a Republican called what was going to happen. I called it. I said the person that was sending these packages has to be a Democrat because no Republican would be evil enough to send some of this. I know a lot of people are going to say, well, what about the extreme rightists? Well, what about the white nationalists? What about the white supremacists? What about the KKK? Well, the thing about that is, us Republicans, we don't exactly see the white supremacists as like our main people. Like, we are not white supremacists. We are not members of the KKK. We believe every people created in God's image has a chance to vote the way they want to, not the way to a point to where they are scared to vote Democrat, because the Democrats, all they ever want you to do is vote for them. That's all they ever care about. All they ever want you to do is vote for them and put them in power, and they will destroy America. That is my stance on this. What do you guys think about the mail bomber being caught? Let me know in the comment section down below. And don't forget, I am streaming tonight on Twitch. And until next time, I'm Andrew Michael, and I'll see you guys next time. Thumbs up. Also, I want to say I am so sorry to forget that Laura Ingraham was a person I kept forgetting about that comes after Hannity. So, if you guys ever want to watch Fox News and stuff, and if you want to see what the Republicans always talk about, then you can go watch Fox News, but I'm not going to force you to do that because guess what? You're all free to do whatever you want, and guess what? Me as a Republican, I will tell you this. You are free to vote the way you want to vote, and you are free to watch whatever you want to watch. That's how simple this all works.